Hey, welcome to another Football Manager video by Baz9Torres, aka Baz Got Banned from YouTube. Today I'll be showing you why you can forget about every player attribute on FM26 and just buy fast players. Let's get into it. On FM Arena, a user called HarvestGreen22 ran massive attribute tests on FM24. We're talking over 50,000 simulated matches. Every attribute isolated. Every position tested. The results were clear. For every outfield position, the attributes that made the biggest impact were the same: pace and acceleration. And that naturally raises a question: if that was true in FM24, is it still true in FM26? I'm going to build a squad that is deliberately broken, technically awful, mentally weak, but physically very, very quick. I loaded up the pre-game editor and found a bunch of players who had at least 15 pace and 15 acceleration, and that was my only criteria. I chose the worst ones based on their current and potential ability and transferred them all to Chippenham Town, who currently sit dead last in the Enterprise National League South. That's the lowest playable tier in England in FM26, without downloading any custom databases. The idea is simple: replace their squad with meta monsters. Players who are fast, but otherwise not very good at all. How far up the English football leagues can a team build on raw pace alone get? Before we find out, let me introduce you to the lads. The goalkeeper, Moises Ramirez, is actually Ecuador's number 2. Goalkeepers are slightly different to outfield players in that agility and reflexes make a huge difference, alongside pace. I would, hand on heart, say this fella is the best goalkeeper on Football Manager 26. Let's do wingbacks next. On the right is Willy Sane, who will play right wing back with the ball and drop to full back without it. Pace 16, acceleration 16. Perfect. His technical stats are trash, and like a lot of my team, he is National League South standard and probably won't get any better. Just to go back to my keeper for a second, you'll see his goalkeeping stats are pretty decent, and he has 5-star rating by my assistant. Shout out Sean O'Driscoll. Yes, he's rated a good championship player. This fella's way too good for this league, but a rubbish goalkeeper would spoil the entire experiment. Anyway, left back is Samuel Kuzi. Assistant O'Driscoll rates him better than the right back, but he's still only National League level, potentially League 2 if he's lucky. Technicals don't matter, but he's fast, so he's in. He's also our captain with 15 for leadership. We've 3 centre halves. First is former Spurs youngster Malachi Fagan Walcott. Pace and acceleration are both 16, and he's good enough for League 2, possibly improving since he's only 23. Alongside him is Dominik Oroz, born in Austria but chose Croatia, will likely play for neither. But 15 for pace and acceleration makes him a perfect fit for Chippenham Town. He has the highest jumping reach of my 3 central defenders, so he'll get the middle slot. He's one of our better players, rated a leading League 1 player, but not likely to do well any higher than that. Rushwin Dorte is our final centre-back, 15 pace, 16 acceleration, good enough for League 1, so the first 2 seasons should be relatively routine for my defence. Like Dorte, my 2 central midfield enforcers are both South African. First up is the uncapped 29-year-old Nkanyiso Zungu. 16 pace and a lovely 18 for acceleration, League 2 standard and unlikely to improve. His mate in the middle is fellow uncapped countryman Nakosikaner Radibi, our fastest player with 18 for pace and acceleration. He's a right back really, but will be our attacking central midfielder, another League 2 standard of player but could end up good enough for League 1. Our right attacking midfielder is Indonesian international Terence Puhiri. He went viral a few years ago, being called a contender for the world's fastest footballer.
Nagamakas semua saya bola, tendangan kaki kiri mampu dihalau. Baik sekali diblok oleh Leo Pablo. Oh, sebuah saluran kali ini Terence Puhiri, masih Terence Puhiri. Baik sekali Terence. Tendangan Terence Puhiri, gol.
Despite that excellent bit of commentary, he's now rated as a good National League player. With 16 pace and 17 acceleration, he could be a fan favourite down at Hardenhouse Park. Opposite him on the left is Spaniard R. Tai. He's a decent National League South player, unlikely to improve, but with 16 pace and 15 acceleration, he'll be alright. He can't cross, dribble or score goals, but he can run. And finally, our main goal threat through the middle is Icelandic enigma Viggo Valgearson. We don't know what he looks like, but he'll play second striker and can run fast. His finishing is only 6, but you're about to see that does not matter a jot on Football Manager. Off the ball, 9. Composure, 6. But his pace is 16, so he will score goals. Good National League player and tipped to reach the dizzy heights of League One if he plays his cards right. I've also picked some subs to cover any suspensions or injuries. Sub-goalkeeper is 46-year-old Congolese international Barek Muker. He's rubbish, and the editor was wrong about his attributes, but he can stick around for the ride. Interestingly, he has 1 goal for Congo, a penalty in the 2010 AFCON qualifiers. Similarly, our spare centre-back is 38 and also not fast. Hopefully he won't be called on much, but he looks tough, so can intimidate the opposition from the bench. He's a bit of a journeyman, so we'll see how long he hangs around. Sean O'Driscoll says he would be okay in the 7th tier of the English footballing pyramid. Spare wingback is 37-year-old Chakib Charifi. Again, not as quick as I'd hoped, but he can play on both wings, so is a nice option to have. Another one whose ceiling is 1 or 2 steps below where we're at. River Williams is our central midfield backup. He's surprisingly quick for a 43-year-old, but again, not good enough for our league. Not sure how well he'll transition from playing in Barbados to playing in sunny Wiltshire, but he did seem to learn his trade in Ireland, so he's more than welcome to warm my bench. Plus he's only 5'4", bless him. Next we've an English winger, Joe French. He has good pace and acceleration, and that's about it. He is very bad and a player you wouldn't look twice at if you didn't know pace was all that really matters. He can cover both wingers. And finally another Spaniard, Daniel Escolano. Wicked quick and apparently a cult hero in the Spanish regional divisions. He's not very good though, as you can see. So that's my team, all chosen purely because of their pace and acceleration, with the exception of the goalkeeper who has good agility and reflexes too. Recently you may have seen a post on the Football Manager Games subreddit where someone tested a tactic with a lower league team to see if it was as good as FM Arena claimed. His test was a bit half-arsed, no offence, but it was picked up by Out of Context FM and posted on his website. Basically like every FM Reddit post, so hopefully he shares this video of my more in-depth experiment. Since I'll also be using the current #1 ranked tactic on FM Arena, the Kickback Strikerless version 7. However, I have added my own set-piece routines as you can see, so hopefully we'll be a bit less liable to crosses from corners and free kicks, and get our centre-backs scoring a few headers. On penalties is our sub-goalie, and more likely taking them is our middle centre half, Big Dom. So that's the team I'll be using to see exactly how overpowered pace is on FM26 and just how good the Kickback Strikerless tactic is. We've a few friendlies to get familiar with it, and then a nice home tie against Maidenhead to kick the season off. I'll be simulating every match just to see how far this group of speedy players with an average overall ability of approximately League 2 can do. We are the standout favourites for National League South and will likely blow everyone away in the first 2 seasons, but what about League 2? Will we get to League 1 even? Championship seems unlikely, don't you think? Find out in part 2, if pace is all that matters on FM26.
Please like and subscribe.